everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Katie Korea on YouTube and on Instagram, and I basically make videos about sewing. Welcome back if you're one of my subscribers. As always, thank you so much for all the likes and the comments. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to this channel. I talk about patterns, fabrics, sewing in general, and anything else I can think of. So welcome if you have subscribed to my channel, and thank you so much. I finally have some makes to show you. I've been quite busy in the last month on my sewing machine, so I was really looking forward to talk about the couple of projects I'm about to show you. So one of them is actually my first Minerva project. So for those who don't know, I have been selected back in March to become a Minerva Maker, and I was over the moon. As you can imagine, if you know their fabrics, they have beautiful fabrics on their website. They're very famous in the sewing world, and I was really thrilled when they sent that email. I actually applied 3 times to become a Minerva Maker. They rejected me the first 2 times. Not officially, they don't reject you, but you don't get the email, and you don't see the post on Instagram with your face on it, basically. But I'm just saying this because I think that if you are interested, keep on applying, and also keep on posting pictures on the Minerva website. So you just have to create a profile, and whatever you post on Instagram, if you are posting on social media, if that's something you want to do, obviously, you can just post the same pictures on Minerva and just be a little bit active there, interact with other sewists. It doesn't have to be with their fabrics, it doesn't have to be with the patterns they have on the website or their own patterns. It can be anything that you have sewn, and you can just put that on your Minerva profile. They just want to see how you sew, what is your style, and that's what they're interested in, really. They don't care about your following either. I think when I got selected, I had, I don't know, maybe 1,200 followers on Instagram, so nowhere near the really big YouTubers and the big Instagrammers, big Instagram accounts. Definitely give it a go if that's something you're interested in doing. So I'm going to start with my first project. So first, 1, 2, 3. For those of you who have seen my fabric haul video, which I will link somewhere on the screen, I was talking about some Asda bed sheets. So these bed sheets that I actually I'm showing you in that fabric haul video, I just fell in love with. I mean, look at this. How beautiful are they? So I really wanted to make a summer Co-Ord set. I mean, I'm sorry, that's all you see on Instagram at the moment, and I think probably all of us now are completely hooked with making a Co-Ord set. I'm just obsessed with it, but that's all I've been seeing this summer. That is the only type of garments I've seen on my Instagram. I don't know about you, but that's all I've been seeing. So I wanted to make something along the lines of this pattern from Paper Cut Pattern. Really liked it. But obviously that meant buying the pattern, printing it, etc. And by the time I actually sent this to the printer, so obviously that was very quick. Buying the pattern online, that was very quick. Sending it to the printer took a little bit longer than I thought. And while I was basically twiddling my thumbs waiting for that pattern to be printed and sent out to me, I went through my Fibre magazines. So while I was going through my Fibre sewing magazines, because I was trying to decide what I would like to sew next, I stumbled across this really cute top from this Fibre magazine, which is Fibre number, that is number 23 from May 23. So this one here, that one is actually a really good one. They have really nice patterns in this one. So I saw the Uzma top, which I had never heard of. I've never seen this one online. And I was basically thinking, why did I not do that first before buying the paper cut pattern? Don't get me wrong, I love this pattern. I will make this pattern because it's a different neckline anyway, and you can do the twisted neckline is different in a way. But I didn't have to buy this pattern to make what I had in mind. So this lovely top was basically the kind of top I wanted to do. And the reason why I wanted to make that top, I forgot to show you. So I've shown you the bed sheets. The reason why I was looking for a top like this is because I saw this look on Pinterest. So I'm going to show you a picture of the look. And I was just completely obsessed with that look. I just wanted to sew that. I saw the bed sheets on Asda's website, looking for bed sheets for my bedrooms, right? And I just thought this has to become this outfit, basically. So that's the whole story. I forgot to talk about the Pinterest inspiration. And I think it's really cool to see all these sewies doing Pinterest board make, Pinterest inspired makes. I just love that. I think I might jump on the bandwagon. I'm very sorry if you hate that, because I do actually like that. So this is the top, as I was saying. So it's the Uzma top, and I really like it with a skirt like this. I think that's really cute. That could be my next project, actually, with a big skirt like that. So it's a really simple top. I'm gonna read you the description in a minute from the website. I really like the fabric they use on this version here, with the blue and the red. I think, and the red little designs. I think it's beautiful, and there's a bit of white as well, or pink. It's just so gorgeous, that one. I really like it. I hope you can see all right. So yeah, that's just those couple of pages on that top, and then this is the technical drawing, which is really simple. As you can see, a very simple top. It is a 2 out of 5. I don't know if these are stars or flowers, to be honest, but 2 out of 5. And on the Fibre website, this is described as a minimalistic, simple but perfectly finished top. Plus, if you choose really lovely fabric, you have a timeless garment that goes with many outfits. This square neck top is cropped, although the length is easy to adjust, and also lovely and loose. The neckline and armholes are finished with an all-in-one facing. It goes from XS to XXL. And I have to say, when I read the instructions, I did think this was going to be really quick. And it's not a long project at all. Actually, it wasn't long to make. It didn't take me long to make, sorry. The only thing I would say is that the armholes, the way you have to finish the armholes, I don't think this is beginner friendly at all. I could not understand the instructions. I don't know what you think about Fibre instructions. Most of the time I think they're all right, until there's a step that is a little bit more tricky, and then I'm like, I'm completely lost. Thank you very much. But overall, I think they're okay. I don't mind Fibre instructions. This is my Uzma top. Sorry, there's a crease right in the middle because I think I folded it under a big pile of clothes. So this is the gorgeous print from on the Asda's bed sheet, sorry, which I basically fell in love with. I think it's so beautiful. I really like this print. All those little designs and the colors, I think it's beautiful. I did have to lengthen this top. First reason being I'm 6 foot tall, but also, despite being 6 foot tall, I am in the short bodies, long legs type of 6 foot tall. So I don't always have to lengthen a top or the bodice part of a skirt, of a dress, sorry. I don't always have to do it, but generally a few centimeters. This one I actually had to lengthen quite a bit, simply because I didn't want it to be as short as you can see on the pictures, but obviously not too long either. So I added 13.5 centimeters, very precise, 0.5. So I added 13 centimeters to this top, which was definitely needed. So it's really a crop top, 100%. And that's why I had to lengthen it that much, because that's not really what I wanted. You'll see the pictures in a minute anyway. The other change I made was to use a lining instead of a facing. So you normally have a facing that goes all the way from the front to the back, and obviously that would sort of stop there, that facing, so all the way around the sleeve and at the back like that. And what I decided to do was to basically add a lining instead. So I'm just gonna flip it around. So I just used I think this is, what is this? I can't remember now. I think it's just a polycotton actually. The fabric itself actually is a polycotton, but really nice to wear. Obviously there is polyester in it, so if you're sensitive to that, just bear that in mind. With a lot of the bed sheets actually are half cotton, half polyester. Some of them are just polyester actually, so be quite careful if you want to give bed sheets a go. So this is literally what I did inside. So it's a lining, just a simple lining with this white poly cotton. And the reason I had to do that is because my my fabric, so my Bedsheets fabric was quite transparent actually. It's quite a thin fabric, so I had to do that. But I really like how it looks, how it looks inside, because I think it does give it, I don't know what, I think I prefer linings to facings actually. I just think it's a better finish. It just looks more finished in a way. I understand why people prefer facings though. But yeah, I just really like it. I could have done French seams to be to just be really clean, but I couldn't be asked. I just wanted that to be really quick, and that's why I went for it. And I couldn't wait for the paper cut pattern to arrive through the post. But I'm so pleased I used this pattern actually in the end. So yeah, really happy with this top. And I did quite a big hem. I think I also did a 4cm hem, like they asked you to do in the patterns instructions. And I used this, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, I used this like orangey red thread that matches these little orange parts of the colours, and I think that looks really cute. So yeah, so I'm really happy with this top. I'm definitely going to be making more of this Uzma top because I really liked it, and I'm going to make it with maybe a skirt next time, or a different type of trousers, or shorts. I can make it with shorts as well. I still have quite a bit of this fabric, so I could definitely make shorts. So yeah, we'll see. I really like it. It's so pretty. Absolutely love it. The last little thing I want to mention is that the armholes, the way to finish the armholes, I'm not going to go into much details in this video. I think first you sew one seam, so that one, I think, yeah, it's that one, and then you sew the other seam. But there is a technique to it, and the way they explain it in the Fibre instructions, I could not understand. So I managed to do this because I have sewn the Jill dress by Fibre, and there is a video tutorial on the Fibre website to help you finish the armholes, and it's I'm not going to say exactly, but very similar way of doing the Uzma top. So if you get stuck, go and watch that video, because that's what helped me to remember how to finish the armholes. I definitely don't think the instructions were good enough. I'm sorry, Fibre. But apart from that, I'm really happy with this top, and I am absolutely going to wear this at least until September, I think. So this was the Uzma top. So for the bottom, I use a pattern that I have already made before, which is the Simplicity S9756, and it is this pattern here, which I've shown you before. And I basically just made the trousers of this lovely Co-Ord set. I love this pattern so much. I've had this one in my stash for a while actually. I'm so pleased that I've actually sewn this 3 times now. I've sewn those trousers 3 times. So that's just to tell you, I think I'm going to use this pattern quite a lot. So I've used the trousers, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the changes that I made. So I wanted, you've seen 1, 2, 3. As you've seen on the picture from Pinterest, the trousers are very wide. So basically I used the Mimi G book, which is called Make It Yours with Mimi G. So you might have seen this book on Instagram when she launched it. I just jumped on it because I love her so much. And she has a really good way, I think personally, to explain how to make alterations to basic patterns. I have done a little bit of self-drafting / alterations in face-to-face sewing classes. So I've done a little bit of that beginning of last year, and I really enjoyed that actually. I think I'm in my bodice block and my trousers block. They're somewhere in my sewing room, which is very messy at the moment. I apologise if you can see some of the mess behind me. I'm planning to tidy this weekend. Fingers crossed I get the time to do that. So basically the way I wanted to hack this pattern was to make the trousers look more like this. So this is the elastic waist palazzo pants. So in the US, I know they call trousers pants. And when I came to London, actually, I was used to pants for trousers more than trousers basically. These are very nice wide trousers, and that's what I wanted. So what I basically did was using the step-by-step sort of guidelines she gives you to make your front and your back wider. So I'm showing you on here, but I'm not sure you can see anything. Let me just see. Yeah, so you can see here, all she's doing is slicing the pattern in half and opening the patterns and putting tracing paper behind, and then you just have to retrace your pattern at the top and the bottom. Obviously you also need to widen this bit here because you don't want the curve, and then so this was the back, and then you do the same at the front. And it depends also how your pattern you're starting from looks like. I didn't need to do this that much actually, the bit at the front, because the pattern itself was already quite wide, but I wanted really wide trousers. So this was actually really well explained by Mimi G. But once again, I don't know if it's because I've done some self-drafting before or because it's just really well explained, but I really encourage you, if you want to give alterations in general, hacking patterns you already have a go, to give this book a go, because I thought it was really well explained. So this is what I used. So my version, which you will see pictures of in a minute, is, I don't know how I'm going to show you this. So I used the other side of my bed sheet. So the top is made out of one side and this is the other side basically. So as you can see, that they are really wide. I'm just going to hide myself. They're really wide with this big elastic at the top. So I removed the original pattern as ties. So I just removed the ties, just removed the stitching you have to do for the ties. Just one simple waistband, which obviously I had to adapt to the circumference of my waist, because obviously I widened the waist. I had widened the waist. I can't talk today, I'm so sorry. The waist has been widened. I don't know if that's the word in English. So I had to lengthen my waistband. There you go. And that was quite easy to do actually. You just measure your front, your back, add your seam allowance, and yeah, very, very easy to do. So just one big elastic, and that was it really. I was so happy with this. The other issue I had, not an issue, but the other thing I need to mention is that I had to line this as well. So I've used the same white poly cotton. So this is my iron. Thank you very much. My iron is basically dying. It's been telling me for a few weeks and I've just put off replacing it. I'm trying to descale it. If you have any tip to descale an iron, can you please let me know? It's not steaming anymore. It's dying. So if you have any tips, please send them my way, because I would like to not have to pay for a new iron if possible. Because I've bought too many fabrics now, so my husband will say no. Yeah, so just this same white poly cotton inside the trousers, sorry, and I just did that on top of my head really. I literally just I cut out the same pieces. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, so for the lining for the top, all I did was cutting out the same front and back, but in the lining fabric. I thought they needed to be smaller to fit in, but no, they just need to be the exact same pieces, and then you just sew them together. So that's literally all I did, and it was actually really quick. So yeah, I don't know why people find that to line up a pattern, to line up a garment takes a lot of time, or maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I am missing something. I'm probably missing something. Anyway, so this was really easy to make, because first of all I had made these trousers once before, so that was really helpful. And then for the lining, as I said, I did use a bigger seam allowance to use the line to sew up the lining, because I was just worried that it might not fit inside my main fabric. So I did do that, but I probably didn't need to either, I'm not sure. And it does give it a much nicer finish inside, because you've got this white fabric instead of the just the main fabric, which is quite transparent. So that's really nice actually. And then the pocket, I just use the same fabric for the pocket. So that's it, very easy. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I wanted to tell you on this trousers. The issue I had with my first version of this pattern, which I'm going to show you pictures of if you have not seen it yet, was that the crotch was too short. So I didn't have much room to sit down and move around. It was quite tight around the crotch. So I watched a couple of tutorials on YouTube, and for this one did I lengthen the crotch? No, okay. So I didn't, despite knowing the issue in the first version, of course. So I did my little hack with making it sort of a palazzo pants, but I didn't touch the crotch, which I should have, because the crotch is still a bit tight on this version. But I'm going to tell you what I did in my next version, which is in my next project. So I just did a normal hem at the bottom with the same orangey reddish thread that I think looks really nice with this fabric, because I just wanted to make sure they were long enough. But I could have matched the thicker hem, the bigger hem on the top to make it a bit more matchy. But I wanted this trousers to be, I wanted them to be really long. So yeah, very happy with them. I'm going to show you pictures, and I think I've got a video as well of this outfit. So while I'm showing you that, I will be basically messing around in my sewing room to find my next project. That's how organized I am. It's so bad. I really need to tidy this place ASAP. Honestly, it's just a mess. It's just an absolute mess, and it's giving me anxiety now, having to look around everywhere. So hopefully whoops, I am bending down, moving around. So hopefully you've seen my outfit now, and you can see how it looks like on me. I really enjoyed wearing this. I loved taking these pictures because it was very close to the inspiration I had. I am definitely going to do more of that. I'm definitely going to be on Pinterest a bit more because I love going on Pinterest for other things, you know. For my wedding, I went on Pinterest quite a bit to get some inspiration for decorating the house. So I just think it's such a good place to have a look at. So definitely I will be having a look at Pinterest a bit more, 100%. So that was my first project with those two patterns. My second project is, as I've mentioned at the beginning of this video, my very first project with Minerva as Minerva Maker. And I'm just so happy how it turned out. There's a lot to say about it. There's a lot of learning, which is good, which is what we want whenever we do something, you know. I think that at the end of the day, I am not a perfect sewist, and I don't think anyone is. And I don't think I talked enough about all the things that went wrong before. And I want to do a lot more of that. So when I posted my Asda Co-Ord set on Instagram, I did put what went wrong and how I could fix it next time. So I'll probably do the same with this one. I'm going to do that going forward because I just want to be more honest and transparent with how things basically go wrong when I sew. So yeah, my second project, let's go for it. So the first pattern I'm going to talk about is from this book I've just shown you before, the Make It Yours with Mimi G, and I basically decided to make the camisole, which is this very simple cami top with bust dots and there's little straps, so hopefully you can see that all right. So she basically has sort of like base patterns, like I think there's about 8 base patterns, and then she shows you different ways you can basically hack them. So it's such a good book. I really enjoyed sewing with it, and I'm definitely going to make more patterns out of this book. So the instructions are good. I wouldn't say they're the most detailed ones, but it is definitely good enough for an sort of like confident beginner, intermediate sewist. So there's a couple of drawings and text, so there's both. And then you've got this as well with some more drawings. It's quite a simple pattern, so I can't really say whether it was enough or not. I know, I do recall that a couple of steps were not mentioned because they are supposed to be sort of like a given, so finishing your seams, or I know there was another step that she didn't mention in the instructions. So I wouldn't say this is beginner friendly, but I think it was quite good. You've got the finished garment measurements as well, which is really good. I personally always use the finished garment measurements to decide what size I'm going to make. I don't know about you actually. I just find it really odd to not do that, but maybe I'm missing something. So this really lovely camisole, I didn't show you the picture actually, so there's one picture here. So I think this looks like a cotton fabric. It's really, really cute. So it is, again, it's proper, it is like crop top, 100%. It's very, very short. I definitely lengthened this by more than a few centimeters, 100%. I'm just trying to see if there's other pictures of this camisole, because she has so many different outfits at the end, with so many ways that you can use the patterns and combine them. It's just such a great book. So she's done, for example, just to show you one, this is the camisole that we have seen before. So she's put ties on it, and she basically combined the pattern with a trousers pattern to make a jumpsuit, which I think is really, really cool. So I think the idea behind this book, when I read the forward, is to make a wardrobe basically, and I love it. I love the idea behind it, and I'm definitely going to use this, especially if I decide to redo my entire wardrobe. So this is my version of the cami top. I absolutely love this fabric from Minerva. So this is the first fabric I was given by Minerva as a Minerva Maker, and it is a linen viscose in this gorgeous, absolutely stunning print. I love it so much. I remember seeing this print on their website and thinking, I need this in my life. I hope you can see all right, because the light is not the greatest. Hopefully you can see. I love this fabric so much. I think it looks so beautiful. The colors are amazing. I really like this. These colors, I just love it. I love this fabric. So it is a linen viscose. This is my only sort of little regret. For this top, I would definitely recommend you use a flowy fabric. So a viscose, cotton lawn, anything that's very flowy. Linen viscose is not bad. It's not bad at all, but it probably wouldn't be the best choice for this top. I mean, in the end, I love my outfit. You're going to see it. Obviously, you're going to see pictures at the end. But yeah, that was my only regret. When I got the fabric from Minerva, I did think, ooh, when I thought about the cami top. But it looks really nice in this pattern. I love how the pattern looks in this fabric. I think it's gorgeous. And I'm definitely going to wear this. The pattern has a facing. So there's a facing inside. You can see here. And I added a little label. I never put labels on my garments. I know a lot of people are going to be shocked, but I don't. I just don't put labels. The reason I've put one, which it says handmade by Katie Korea, and I'm not sure I've put that really nicely, but this is what I did. I definitely needed that label because the front and back look very similar. So I've got that label at the back on my facing, so you can't see anything at the back, which is quite handy. The ties are very easy to make. She does explain that quite well in the book. I didn't finish them the way she suggests you should, because she asks you to basically, so you sew your front straps and then you don't sew the back, which is a good way to try the top on and see where you should basically sew the back. But then what she suggests is that you insert, so this way, right side out. She suggests that you insert the strap inside and just sew here. So basically you can see the seam of that strap at the back. And I didn't like the finish. I didn't like that finish basically. So what I did was I put the strap exactly in the same way I had put the front one to basically sew the strap from the inside instead of sewing on the right side basically. So they look exactly the same as my front straps, and I thought that was much better actually. So because my fabric was quite thick, I struggled to get this completely flat, so it's a little bit bulky at the back and at the front, but it's not bad at all. And when I wear that, you definitely don't see anything, to be honest. My only other regret is that the straps are a little bit long, which is fine, because what I'm thinking is, yeah, I could basically just undo my seam and shorten them. Yeah, that should be possible, 100%. So I think that I am going to yeah, I'm going to shorten them a little bit, because it's not bad, but it could be a little bit more up. I have 0 boobs, so I'm not too worried about this, but just for me to be comfortable, I think it needs to be a little bit higher. So that's something I might have to do. I'll see how I feel. I'll try to wear it once at least to see how I'm feeling, and then I might decide to do it, because when I was taking the pictures, I did think that this is a little bit low. But anyway, I'm really pleased with it. I hope you like it too, and I'm definitely going to make more of this top. The other thing I'll have to keep in mind is that I did lengthen that crop top, like I said, and because it is supposed to be a crop top, it's quite straight, so I need to remember, and I've made a note of that. I'll have to grade out when I do another version, because it's a little bit straight, so when it comes closer to my hip, it's a little bit to my hips, sorry, I keep on saying hip, to my hips, it's a bit stuck, put it that way. So yeah, a few things to remember, which is fine. That's how we learn, and that's why I basically try new patterns, because I want to learn. And that's fine, you know, that's how you learn, by trying new patterns, new techniques. You know, I think that this is the beauty about sewing, is to be constantly learning. That's why I love this craft so much. The second garment for this outfit is the t-shirt, not the t-shirt, the shirt I have shown you previously. So the Simplicity S9756 shirt right here. That I really liked. I really wanted to make, so you can see the gathers at the cuffs. I really love the sleeves. I love the shape of the shirt, and I think it just looks so beautiful with the trousers. So I'm just going to read you what's on the fold line. So the S9756 shirt, trousers and altar top sewing pattern from Simplicity is perfect for an advanced beginner / intermediate dressmaker. I would agree with that. So it's got a relaxed fit button front shirt, which has collar, long sleeves with cuffs, and back yoke with pleats. Pull-on pants have elastic waistband and self ties, and then there's the cropped fit altar top, which obviously I've not made, which is really gorgeous, I think, if you have the body for it, but it's just not for me at all. So this is my version of these gorgeous shirt. I absolutely love how this looks in this fabric, and the good thing about the linen viscose, because it is, as I said, thick enough, I could definitely see myself wearing this all the way to September, even beginning of October. I could wear that in the evening, maybe under a coat or a jacket, because it is thick enough, I think. And I love the colours. I just think this shirt, it just looks so beautiful. Look at me doing this weird weird moves. It just looks so pretty in this fabric. So there is, as I said, there's a back yoke. So that's your back yoke, and you've got a pleat at the just right in the middle. Don't know if you can see with my, oh yeah, you can see here. So there's a pleat right in the middle. That looks really pretty, but obviously with the fabric being so busy, it's hard to see from the back. And then obviously you've got a collar with a collar stand, which I had to slip stitch, which was really fun. I actually don't mind slip stitching that much. I don't know why I'm starting to like it. It's very odd. I think it's so different to sitting at a sewing machine. It's so much more relaxing in a way. And then obviously you've got your buttonholes and your buttons. And I actually apologise to anyone on Instagram who voted on that poll, because I had some black and gold buttons, which would have been really nice with this top. with this top, with this shirt. But unfortunately, I forgot that we needed buttons on the cuffs as well. So unfortunately, I had to go for my dark purple buttons, but they're not bad at all. I think they do look nice on this shirt, but I think I had a little preference for the black and gold, but I think they're fine. I think they look good. Buttons, buttonholes, all of that went fine. Collar wasn't too bad. I didn't do the greatest job at the corners, but it's not bad at all. My sleeves, the armholes, so the shoulders are a little bit too long, so I think the seam comes all the way down here. I've seen a lot of sewies with shirts that basically fit them this way. I think it's more supposed to be somewhere here rather than here. It doesn't bother me that much, but I will have to see if I want to make this a bit shorter, but I'm not sure how to do it, so I'll have to learn how to do that properly. It would help with how long is my sleeve though, because I did lengthen that sleeve a little bit too much, so the cuff is literally right here on my hand when I wear it, which doesn't bother me that much because as a very tall person, generally I have the opposite problem. But yeah, I was a little bit too generous on this occasion, so it's a bit long, but nothing I can't fix when I make this again. Yeah, so that's for that. And then just your normal hem at the bottom, I just used black thread, sorry. Right, the big boo-boo on this is basically my cuffs. So I was very stubborn when I made the cuffs, and what they ask you to do in the pattern instructions, once you've sewn your cuffs to your sleeves, you are supposed to remove the seam allowance. So you can't see anything here, but my seam allowance is 1.5. So if I show you how thick it is, this is my seam allowance. So all of that, if you could feel basically this would be seam allowance. So very huge. And it basically asks that the pattern instructions ask you to cut that off, and I was like, oh, can't be bothered. And when it came to sewing the buttonholes for the cuffs, of course, my buttonhole, what do you call it? The foot that you use to make buttonholes, don't know how you call it, could not go through this part because it was too thick. Because first of all, my fabric is, as I said, on the thicker side of things, but also I didn't remove the seam allowance. So instead of my buttonholes being one around here and one all the way here, so that it actually flattened the cuffs properly, I've had to make them really close to each other right here. So I was really upset about this. Now, the good thing is, these buttons, they go at the back of your arm. So when you wear your shirt, the buttons are at the back, so no one can see them except when you do this, of course. The good thing is that I don't have anyone in my close circle who sews, so no one will know that this is completely wrong. Maybe they will actually, because I think it's that bad. But I tried to comfort myself, and I just said to myself, well, you've learned something today, you won't do it again. I mean, even if I'm sewing chiffon, I will cut this seam allowance because I'm traumatized. One thing I did do quite well, which actually was a bit of a struggle because I think I lost a pattern piece. I lost the pattern piece that you're supposed to use that they call bias. I don't know if they call them bias tape or bias cut. I can't remember what they call it. What you use to do this. So this is a very narrow piece of fabric that you have to sew. Basically, sorry, I've got some thread. That you have to sew on the edge of your sleeve. And I didn't do a bad job actually. I normally never show you anything that close, but I'm actually quite proud of how I've managed to sew this. I think it's not bad at all. And I had to cut this very thin part myself, and I basically cut it as bias tape. That's how I cut it. I was very close to use black bias tape, and then I thought, no, you can't do that. And actually, it does look good. Actually, I like how it looks. It's not bad at all. It was a little bit tricky, so I'll definitely agree with the intermediate sewist comment on the fold line. So I'm going to show you when I button my cuffs up. Oop, I've got that's the only thing with linen viscose, is that it does fray, so you definitely have to overlock everything, because it is a fabric fraying quite a bit. Obviously my buttons are too close to each other, and I'm not happy about it at all, but yeah, this is what it is. I have to accept it, and you've got this flapping around basically. I mean, it does look lovely with how do you call this? This has a name and I forgot the name. It does look lovely with this opening. I'm going to call it an opening. This opening here, it is nice. It's just that obviously these two buttons should have been here and one should have been here. But that's fine. I have to live with it. And I'm showing you because I'm trying to be a lot more transparent with my Sewing Makes review. So that was the big boo-boo on this shirt. And as I said, luckily, this is at the back and no one can see that when I walk. And my husband would not know at all. So when he takes me out to dinner, he will not know, basically. So yeah, I'm very pleased with this shirt. You will see this shirt on the pictures. So I'm going to show you the trousers now. So for the trousers, which are exactly the same, so that's my third version of those trousers from that pattern. So I mentioned the crotch and I decided to lengthen the crotch. I actually found a really good tutorial, which I cannot remember if this was in French or English, but if it was in English, I will put the link in the description box. So I lengthened the crotch because I knew it was too tight, and I'm glad I've done that. When I did that, for some obscure reason, actually I know, my Asda version, I'm going to call it the Asda version, the white and blue, I felt like was a little bit low on the waist. So in my wisdom, instead of trying the first version, the very first one, which actually is fine, I decided to raise my waist by 2 centimeters. And I should not have done that, because as you can see, this is really high. I mean, I'm saying as you can see. So this is my lovely version. And you can't see how high it is because, yeah, this is not helpful. On the pictures, you might see that, but because I have the top sort of folded under it and then put over, you might still not see it properly. And it looks like high. How do you call them? High-rise pants. High-rise trousers. High-rise trousers. I can't remember how you call them. But yeah, that's what I was going for. And it's too high. But that's fine because, as I said, I can not only use the top to put it over, but I can also basically button up my shirt over it. So it's fine. It's just frustrating. I was literally listening to this lady showing me how to lengthen the crotch, saying you need to do one adjustment at a time. So each version you made one adjustment. And no, I couldn't listen to this advice. You know, I decided to lengthen the crotch, to raise my waist. I think it's called lengthening the rise of your trousers. So I shouldn't have done that, because lengthening the crotch, I think, allowed my trousers to go higher, which makes sense. So yeah, basically I just messed up, and that's okay. I basically self-draft the waistbands. So I didn't want the elasticated waistband this time. I wanted a flat waistband at the front and an elasticated one at the back. So I self-draft. I've self-drafted this part, so you can see the front of my waist is flat, and I've used interfacing to make it nice and sturdy, and then the back has got the elastic on. So that's the back with the elastic, and I'm really happy because that turned out right. So I was very happy with that. Yeah, so literally I wanted something that looked a little bit more sort of like trousers, sort of like work trouser style, more like classy trousers. I don't know how to explain what look I was going for, but I'm sure you understand. And I really like how they turned out actually. I think that looks really good with the elastic at the back. And obviously I kept the pocket because we all of us need pockets in our trousers. So pocket again, same fabric for the pocket. So yeah, so compared to the Asda version, I made the trousers narrower, so I didn't want them as wide, but not as narrow as the pattern version. So they're still a little bit wider than the pattern version, but they are not as wide as my Asda version because I was going for the flat waistband at the front, and I was just worried that I couldn't go really wide. So the elastic start at the side seam, so all the front is flat and the back as the elastic, basically, yeah, as the elastic. So I'm very happy with the waistband. I'm happy with the length. It's just the rise. So when I do my next version, I think what I will have to do is, first of all, obviously remove the 2 centimeters I had to double check that I'm happy with the rise on my first version. And then also the other thing I will do is I will make the elasticated part longer. So instead of starting at the side seam, I will make it start a bit before, just so I can have the front wider, if that makes sense. So yeah, I probably will start something here. So I'll just have to tweak my waistband again. But I really enjoyed the process of self-drafting the waistband to make it look like this. So now I've got 3 different versions of one pattern. I'm really loving it. So I'm going to carry on working my way up to get the perfect fitted trousers. And I'll probably make a video with all my versions once I've managed to find the one that I like the most or that fits me the best. So yeah, that's really exciting actually. I've never done anything like it, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm now going to show you pictures of me wearing this lovely outfit, which, yeah, I really enjoyed sewing. I mean, it was quite a long project because there were 3 patterns, and yeah, not the easiest, especially the shirt, definitely, which I think was, yeah, that was definitely the hardest one, but not, you know, it's feasible. It's just about learning. I wouldn't use a big 4 pattern for your first shirt. Go for an indie pattern. People like Tilly and the Batten, Sew Over It, they have really good instructions for your first shirt. That's what I recommend if you want to give it a go. I love shirts. I just struggle with buttons and buttonholes. That's the thing that I struggle with, but they're definitely so elegant. You know, I just love them. I love wearing them. I love the fact that you can button them up when you had a big meal. That's what I like about them, and yet be yeah, so elegant in them. So yeah, I definitely think that this is one of my favorite makes ever. I know I say that every single time I do something new, but I love this outfit so much. I'm so happy that this is my first project with Minerva, sorry. I hope that they will like this project as much as I like it. And yeah, that was my Minerva project, and I hope that you enjoyed it. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long. I will have to double check when I edit this. I have been talking so much. I hope it was clear enough. If you have any question or any suggestion, anything you want to share, please do so in the comments. I absolutely love talking to you in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Have a really good day or evening, depending on when you're watching this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!